Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be covering how to do renderings within Inventor. If you want to see an example of what to CAD for the first part of week 8, I'd recommend that you go to my other video for week 8. In it, I cover how to use Loft and Shell, so if you aren't really sure how to use those and might be interested in learning, I'd encourage you to check that out. And as always, for a link to these slides, just check the description below. Now, for renderings, sometimes a simple screenshot won't do. Maybe you're really proud of this part that you made, or you want to have a really good picture to show for your design review. And so in this video, I'll show you how to do a rendering. Now, we're just going to start by going to Inventor, and I've got this part pulled up. If you don't recognize it, it's what I did in the first part of the week 8, and it's just a measuring cup. And currently it's in the default little material. So I'm going to select all of it if I want to change the material, and I can go up to here and I can change it to whatever material I want. And there are a lot of different materials. So I'm going to choose, because if my part is clear, I'm going to choose clear-light. And looking at it here, it doesn't look very clear at all. But when I render it, it's going to turn out to look like this material even more. So we're going to go to this Environments tab, and we're going to see Inventor Studio, and we'll just go ahead and click it. And there are a lot of things you can do in Inventor Studio. You can render, which is what we're going to do, or we can create animations, which is, I think, the primary purpose of Inventor Studio, and it's something that I've gotten a little bit of experience with. But overall, you shouldn't need it for robotics. If you really want to learn, I might make a video if you guys request it, or if you ask me at another time, I may be able to show you. Just let me know what you think. And so in the slides, I show using the half pipe, but right now, since I have this part that I just created, I'll give you guys this example. So we're going to click this Render Image button. And it might take a little while. Oh, here we go. And we're going to change the width and height to the classic 1920 by 1080. And I don't know if it matters especially, but this is what I've learned, and this is what I'm going to teach you. And for output, you can save rendered image and tell it where to go. But in this case, if you're going to do a third option, which is until satisfactory, then you don't have to worry about it. So just a note, I'm going to talk about this a little bit. In this renderer tab, you can go by time, iteration, or until satisfactory. By time and iteration, as soon as you start, you can walk away, and then when you come back and it's finished, it will have already saved into the place where you clicked in output. However, with until satisfactory, you can just watch as this thing renders, and then as soon as it reaches a point where you think it's good enough, you can click end. Or if you aren't sure if this time or iteration will produce an image that you'll be happy with, you don't have to do multiple tests with adding minutes or adding iterations. You can just let it go forever until you're satisfied with it. And the rest of the stuff we're just going to leave as the defaults. And so as soon as you're done with that, we're just going to click render. And what's going to happen is you're going to see this output pop up here. And you'll see the number of iterations and the render time. And you'll see that it's got a lot of particles trying to render within this image. And because I'm doing this on my laptop, it's probably going to start running fast, and I may not end up with something that I really like all that much. But for the purpose of this demonstration, I'll show you guys exactly what it looks like. And of course, render time also depends on your material. So in the example, I used the default material, and it finished within 30 seconds. And it looks just as it did, with some cool shadows, but it's also pretty basic. And this clear material, it's still trying to figure out, and you can probably hear my computer starting to ramp up a little bit. But you can also see that there are some clear elements. So you can see the other side of this handle here, And I'm going to give my computer a break. You can let this go for forever. So once you're done, you can click this pause rendering button. Make sure it's the red X here and not the red X here, otherwise you'll finish the render without saving anything. And so as soon as you finish and reach a satisfactory point, then you just click the save icon here, and then you can save it where you want. And so I'll just click save. And so if you're going until satisfactory, this is how you must save it. If you're going by time, it should save on its own, and this would be just like a backup. But once that's finished, you can just X out, close all this, and finish Inventor Studio. And that's really all it takes. And so if I go to my files, then I'll see in my desktop here that this image popped up. And it's exactly how it looked when I saved it. And so hopefully when you guys do it, it'll look a little better than just a bunch of particles in a general shape. But those are the basics. So like I said, if you want to learn a little bit more about using the animations with Inventor Studio, let me know in the comments below. I'll probably end up making a video, but if not, I hope you guys learned something out of this, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me or any of the other instructors, and we'll be happy to help you.